Hey, E, you want to turn that on? Welcome to the show, everybody. Sorry. All right, there we go. Oh, that's much better. Sorry, we've got monitors in here, and when they're off, I can't see what's going on there. And now it just switched to TV. Ah, boy.
Yep,
yeah, can you tell Easus is back?
Hey, the TV was off before I got here.
Don't take offense. No offense. No offense, Easus, so you can't take offense.
You have to aim it when you just go on willy-nilly.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, new car inventory is growing, and when the inventory grows, so do the savings. A full lot means better selection, and better selection means dreamy deals. Best of all, when you visit our friends and OG sponsors, Zott Ford and Holly, you get both. So if you bought out your lease in the past year or two because there was nothing to choose from and the deal sucked, then today's your lucky day. No need to spend money on new brakes, tires, or maintenance. Just trade that turd in and get $2,000 more than it appraised for when you purchase or lease a new Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer at Zott Ford. As a matter of fact, you can trade in almost any used car and get the extra $2,000 when you get a new need more deals? How about 0% financing? Yes, 0% on many new vehicles in stock at Zott. Plus, our boy Gabarra and the team over there will toss in a Ford Factory tri-fold tonneau cover at no charge on every new F-150 you buy or lease in the month of January. Clearly, an expanding inventory generates beautiful bargains, and you can check out both when you visit dealsinthed.com. Also, radiofor1.com is live. You can listen there if you choose. Most people don't, but you can. The Amazon link, Amazon Canada, is there at the top of the page. Just click on it. Also, Groupon, MyPillow, the My Store. Just use promo code TDC for those. They give us a little kickback, which is nice. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, winter beanies, all that is there as well. And a link to our Patreon page. We welcome any new members in there. We dropped some new members area, a couple pieces this weekend. Actually, one of them is still yet to go up. I kind of fucked it up and sent it to the wrong Dropbox area, but Ryan and I are getting that worked out. Yeah, it's funny, but whatever. So that'll be in there for our favorite listener, the members, and we did quite a long episode with your daughter Skylar, and I think it was good. So that'll be in there. Anyway, how are you, T? You look very, very relaxed.
I am, trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
I just came from a massage.
Oh, very nice.
90-minute massage, no less.
Male, female masseuse?
This was a female.
Okay.
Yep. And? There was no happy endings, nope.
God damn it, I'm sorry.
Not sure I would have wanted one.
Really?
Yeah.
Asian?
No.
No, okay. Okay.
But ironically, so it was a Christmas gift, the massage thing. And, had it got me some, bought like a 3-pack or something, like through Groupon. And then looked into it as it was time I went to schedule the first one, and it was a dude. Okay, fine. Not a big of a deal. I've had a male masseuse before. Yeah. It's actually been a great massage.
Makes the happy ending a little weird.
Yeah, it makes it a little awkward, but whatever.
Yeah, you'll live.
So I like, if you don't want it, that's fine. I'm like, okay, no, that's fine. I can do it. No problem. And then they sent like a blast or a confirmation email the day before. Said you had to wear a mask during the massage.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck no. Hard pass.
No.
So switched it out, got this.
Isn't the whole point to be relaxed and comfortable?
You would think.
And then you're going to throw a fucking mask on in that stupid tiny room.
Your face is down in the porthole anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had it during the shutdowns and everything when you had to wear it like walking in, walking out. And I've had they still wore it the whole time. But I'm literally breathing to the floor. Fuck off.
G and the warden have it's one of the warden's girlfriends, and she's a masseuse, and so she does this, where they pay her, but she'll bring her table over and do one of those. It's the best.
It's a good way to go.
So they were like, yeah, we're gonna have her come over, and we're all gonna get massages, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, perfect. And it was like, but you got to wear a mask. I'm like, this is right when all this stuff was coming out, and it was like, okay, this is absurd. As soon as my face went in that donut hole, yoink. No one can see me. I can't see them. And it was like, this is comedy at its finest.
At its finest.
I did want to say, and I made a Facebook post about it this morning, but I met with my surgeon this morning for the first time about my back. And I walked in and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a mask. And so I walk up to the desk and I've got all my paperwork that I had to fill out beforehand and my disc with my imaging on it and all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, I forgot to bring a mask. Do you have one? She's like, We don't have any up here. It's not mandatory to wear one anymore, so we stopped providing them to people. I was like, oh.
Ding, ding, ding.
Amazing.
We have turned the corner.
Amazing. And you know, so I don't know if that's common. I posted about it. A lot of people were like, this is bullshit. I work at a doctor's office, and we still have to wear them.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if this is like a private arm, and so they can make their own rules or what. There were still people in the waiting room wearing them, and I just chuckled at them. It was so freeing to not wear that damn mask. I know some people don't have an issue with it. As someone with, you know, not the best health. Well, common sense is true, but heart issues and breathing, you know, not at all. And I was like, this is fantastic. There was a couple guys sitting across me wearing their N95 masks, and I can tell just by looking across, these are, you know, they're white masks, and they are filthy. Filthy. Like, these things have been manhandled.
Used it for the last 2.5 years.
Exactly. They've just tossed them in their car and then driven around and pulled it out when they need. And it's just and it was like, those things are probably causing more damage than they could possibly be helping in any way. Yeah, they're
You didn't
filthy.
get COVID, but you got the HIV. Sorry.
Yeah, you've trapped all this garbage in your face. And you're doing it.
Mesothelioma at its finest.
Yeah, right?
I had to laugh. I walked by a Trader Joe's, like Christmas shopping, and walked by. Did not go in. Walked by.
Oh,
it was in between my grocery store and the drugstore.
Yeah.
And there was the employees were not wearing masks.
Okay.
And probably 75% of the customers were.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was it? What city?
Right here. The Maple
15
and Italy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I mean, if the staff's not even wearing them anymore, but it just speaks volumes of the clientele there, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then I went into Nino's 2 doors down, and one person, I think, was wearing a mask.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed they wear them in Southfield, and that clientele is mostly black, and all I can think is these people have not gotten shot.
Exactly.
They're like,
I'll wear a mask.
I'll wear a mask. I do not trust the fucking government.
Been there, done that.
Sorry. Yeah, you have not proven yourself to be, you know, an honest... you know, when it comes to dealing with us. So, yeah, we are not going to be doing that, and I don't blame them. I really don't. But I met with a doctor, and just to give everyone a little heads up, he recommended 2 surgeries. Take your pick, you know.
Okay.
And one of them is a smaller, less invasive. You know, we go in and we trim this or that, and he said the problem is, you know, the spine can then slide around a little bit. He said, my guess is you'd be back within a year getting another surgery. And so he's recommending, he said, you know, I would recommend that one if you didn't have a little touch of the scoliosis, but you've got some curvature of the spine, which I had doctors tell me I should have been a couple inches taller. I've said that before, that, you know, you got fucked on 2 inches of height because of the curvature of your spine.
Yeah, I got scoliosis of the dick.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I got pimped there too.
And a nice curve to it, though.
Yeah, you got that. You got that Clinton banana curve.
Oh yeah.
So he says, you know, because of that, he said, I want to straighten your spine a little bit, and he said that requires rods and screws and all there's plates, and I'm like,
all right,
fuck. Can I think about this? He's like, sure. You know,
Yeah, let me ask you a question just real quick.
Just a nightmare.
Troy's
man.
had stuff before too, so you can probably answer. But when I was going through the shoulder this year, I really didn't want to get surgery because this, you know, I just heard so many stories that like you don't want to get shoulder surgery, dude, unless you have.
Should be a last resort.
And so
back is the same way, I think.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure. And so like when I was going to get kind of the final one where I was going to see, you know, get the recommendation, it was like if he said he thought I needed surgery, I really wanted a second opinion.
Yeah,
but like,
you should.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's.
But if he said you didn't, you weren't going to get a second opinion.
Well, that's funny. Yeah, that's true too. By the way, if he said no, I'm like,
cool,
yeah, no.
good enough for me.
See you later.
But I said to my mom before, like when I was talking, I was like, if he told me he recommended surgery, I'm so bad with confrontation and stuff that I probably would have said, yeah.
All right, sign me up.
And then walked right out and
Schedule
said,
it.
yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to go check someone else.
Yeah, I got whoa, would you look at that? Just bolt out.
Because I just don't want to say to his face, like, that I don't believe him or I don't trust his opinion. But that's a weird thing to me with doctors. Like,
what are my other options? Is that the only thing? It's not a hard conversation to have.
Well, it would be hard for me, okay? Because I would just feel like this guy's now like, oh, doesn't trust me. Oh,
I'm getting more like Troy now. now where there's absolutely nothing wrong with in your opinion, are those my only options?
Yeah.
Because that sounds awful. Like I was honest with him. I'm like, dude, I've been told by a lot of people, avoid surgery at all costs. He's like,
Yeah.
look, you don't have to get surgery, period. It's just a pain tolerance thing.
Yeah.
He said, and I said, well, I can't live like I am, and I don't want to be on pain meds forever.
I gotta say, you've been looking a little better since you've been back.
You think so?
Yeah, I think out west has been was good to you.
Yeah. Well, how much of that is pain meds and how much of that is
I don't know how much you on.
enough that but when they start wearing off, I feel it immediately, and so I'm gonna have to do something. But that sucks. He's like, yeah, odds are you're gonna be back here.
Yeah.
Within the year.
I like the pain. It reminds me I'm alive.
Yeah, I don't like the pain.
See what you did there?
Yeah,
I think there's a song about that.
Is there?
Yeah, maybe.
probably.
Probably somebody's written about it. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Anyway, not to bore people with old people problems, but
So what's going to happen then? You think you're going to do it?
I don't know. This is the part where normally I would just disappear for a few years.
Yeah.
And just like, something to be dealt with another day long in the future. Sure. But as I get older, I can't do that anymore. And, I'm the only one that suffers. I'm the one that can't walk the dog or can't, go for a walk or a jog or anything like that. So I can't blow it off. I'm lucky in that, Beth is like, give me your imaging, which I have on a disc, and the write-up. And she's like, I'll run it by some of the surgeons here and just see if, and that's almost like a second opinion.
It is, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of having to go there, just let her.
And that's a true second
that.
opinion because there's no vested interest.
Right.
That's them looking at it
Right.
and making an opinion based on nothing but the film.
Yes.
The images.
Exactly. Right. And if they go, what is this guy just trying to milk you out of fucking insurance money? Are you crazy? I wouldn't touch this guy with a knife. Well, here's what he needs. Like, that'd be good to hear too.
Absolutely.
This guy comes highly recommended though from my guy, but you're
in cahoots, man.
Exactly. Are they just like swapping patients? Like, I'll send you all my guys, you send me all yours.
Right.
That need to be handled after surgery, and everyone that's pre-surgery. I'm not accusing anyone of doing that, but who the hell knows?
Did they say anything about being too fat?
No.
Okay.
No, they didn't.
That wasn't a fat joke.
No, I know exactly what that
was. I had
was.
that. So I was just curious if that was an issue or a question that was arosed.
Arosed. I think it's arosed.
Yeah, for sure.
No. No, he didn't say anything like, God damn. I mean, I think he looked at me a little like, Jesus Christ, dude, really? You're walking in my office looking like that? But I was thinking about you when I was doing my epidural because they had to roll me from the they wheeled me in on a table like a fucking beached whale and just getting bounced around in my chair, and they kick open the door and then they have to flip me over and they're like, yeah, just roll over. I'm like, a little help here? I'm exposed, my ass is hanging out, I feel like a dickhead, and I'm just like trying to get over, and that table's not very big. I'm like, how would someone 6'3" fucking even do this?
See, I didn't get wheeled in. I walked in and then they dropped trowel and got on the table.
Really?
Yeah.
For an epidural?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go in and they gave me they did all the blood pressure and they what's the other one, the finger one, checks your heart rate or your breathing. No, oxygen levels.
Okay.
I had to do all that, and then I just wait. And then when they're ready for me, at this point I've changed, and now I'm just in that stupid gown. And then they wheel me into the room, and I mean, it doesn't take very long, but yeah. So I don't know. But I'm not looking forward to it. That's for damn sure.
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
Yeah. So that's the update for today. What am I going to do? Hey, we've been talking plenty about a lot of the sports leagues and what they've kind of done. We've noticed it with, there was a new sticker on the back of the football players' helmets.
Be love?
Be love. I don't even know what that is.
Just be love, man.
Be love.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never
But if you
seen
had
that
to
one.
choose
It was
between
new.
end racism, stop hate, Black Lives Matter, I'm going to go with be love.
It takes all of us.
Yeah.
I noticed
That's
that
a lot to put on the back of my helmet.
a year ago, quarterbacks almost exclusively, I noticed, all had it takes all of us. It's like, all right, I'll do this, but I don't want to do the one like Black Lives Matter or, whatever, end racism. It's like they didn't want to go that far. They knew they were kind of the face of the organization. And so it was like, be as inclusive with this dumb sticker as possible. If I'm not just going to have my team name back there. And so they were just like, it takes all of us. And I was always like, to do what?
Yeah. To play this game, I think.
What does it take all of us to do?
11 on offense, 11 on defense.
Yeah.
To better humanity, Mike.
Is that what it is?
We're all in this together.
Okay. I don't need these fucking galoots telling me how to do societies.
You get so caught up on them telling you what to do.
Yeah, I
They're
do.
not telling you anything.
I'm not ending racism
That's a
because
funny
they told
thing.
me
Like,
to.
Yeah, no, end racism. No, because it seems as stupid. How dumb do you think everyone is? It's the same as don't kick kittens. You might as well put that on the back of the helmet. Like,
I agree with that.
Duh. Black Lives Matter. No shit. Don't shoot puppies in the face. Okay, let's put that on a helmet. It does drive me nuts because it's like, we're all so stupid. We need these clubs to be like, here's how we do it and hold our hand through society. Just be a good person. Yeah. How about that?
The problem is that the people
how about you
that
don't be an asshole to people in
are
general?
racists and do kick kittens couldn't give a shit what's on your fucking helmet.
No, they couldn't.
So it's not actually doing anything.
Exactly. But these pride nights they keep having, like we saw it last year. I believe it was the Tampa Bay Rays. Remember, we were like, please be some black faces or brown faces on the, because there were like 5 pitchers who were like, yeah, I'm not wearing that hat. They had the Tampa Bay logo with a rainbow on it, and they were like, yeah, I'm not doing
it's like
that.
the whitest staff ever.
And they were all white dudes, all like Christians, and we were like, God damn it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, it kind of sucked because you just wanted one in the mix, where it was like, yeah, the black guy said it too, or the brown guy said it too. But they went out there and they still played the game, and so you just had these weird spots around the field where
weren't wearing the same.
Yeah, they were wearing just the white logo with the blue hat with the white TB or whatever, and everyone else had their rainbows everywhere. Well, the NHL's doing it now.
Are they?
Yeah, NASCAR and NHL are the ones that kind of have me go, huh? The whole more than anything, because they're the whitest sports and historically haven't seemed to care much about this sort of thing.
Wasn't Jeff Gordon the first one with his rainbow?
I mean, he did have a rainbow.
Yeah,
colored
he did.
car.
He was
but
out in front
That
of
was when I started
That's
getting into
not what that was
NASCAR.
about, though, right?
Of course
It was because DuPont.
Gay as shit. What do you mean?
It was because they're DuPont paint or whatever. Although back in the day, that was like when I first got into it, dude. It was so popular to call him a fag. Like,
why do you think he chose
Really?
DuPont to be a sponsor?
When I first started watching, dude, if you weren't a Gordon fan, everybody else, you just walk around the tracks, every fan would just have pictures with him sucking dick.
As you're walking around with your rainbow hat on.
Yes.
Didn't you have a DuPont jacket?
Fags against Gordon.
What?
Or was it fans against Gordon? Fag or something like that? Or
Fans, I guess, would probably.
Fans against Gordon.
Fans
The
against
acronym is
Gordon,
FAG,
and it would say fag and shit like that.
Yeah.
No, I never had him. I had an Interstate Battery one.
I thought you had a rainbow, like a DuPont jacket.
No, I had a few, but never that one. No, Interstate Battery one for Bobby Labonte, and then Cheerios for Bobby Labonte as well.
Yeah,
actually.
Cheerios?
Yeah, I remember
He
that.
moved the Cheerios car, and so I got another jacket.
Well,
But the point is, it was just funny because when I first got in there, you're right. You are right about that.
Who drives the Bed Bath & Beyond car?
I don't think it's closed down, right?
what do you mean?
Well, now we know why, because they didn't sponsor a car.
Yeah.
Is that why?
Well, if you've been paying attention at all, and I honestly don't pay that much attention to the NHL. They had their Pride Night too, where they think that everyone's dying to throw and they were doing the thing with the remember the trans night
Hockey League.
Trans Hockey League, and they all had the rainbow tape on their stick. Well, these guys are all doing that too. So they've got the rainbow tape on their stick, and they've got some jerseys. Maybe you could pull it up even easier. I think it was the Flyers, and they've got their Philadelphia Flyer logo in rainbow colors.
All right.
And one of the guys on the team was like,
chaps on,
yeah,
hockey
they're
pants,
skating
their
around in
ass hanging out.
assless chaps. One of the guys on the team was like, "Yeah, no,
Not gonna do it.
I'm gonna pass on that." Okay, Ivan, I should get his name right. Ivan Provorov, ProV.
Okay, we'll go with ProV.
They've all
Of
got
course.
the nicknames, ending in E. ProV. So yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling that."
I still have to go back to my home country, and I don't want to get killed.
Yeah. He said he's a Russian Orthodox Christian. Is that a thing?
Probably, if he said it.
Yeah, I don't want to say it.
Guess who they played, I suppose, but
Okay.
Yeah.
played.
Boy, oh
What's,
boy, that is
was that the
prideful
Hartford?
group
Or
right there.
is that
It does look like Hartford, doesn't it?
the Whalers?
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Of course you do.
I kind of like it.
I read this article. I read this article and I thought it was very true about the way people react today to this, because there were a lot of people that came out against this guy. And were
Oh,
like,
of course.
fuck you. Yeah, look at this guy's stick. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. All the way
I
up.
really like the stick, by the way.
Of course you do. You like rainbows, though, E. You
I
like
think
really
that's kind of
colorful.
cool. I just like when things are
colorful
different.
things.
That's all. I just like when things are
You
different.
really want to be part of the team, put a dick in your mouth, sir. Don't tape your stick up like that. You go all in. You're trying to go all in without having to go all in.
Right.
Go all in. Post a picture of you sitting and spinning on a cock. That's what you need to do next.
Then your team gay.
Yeah, Team Geek. So, if you've paid any attention to the immigration debate over the last 20 years, then you know that the left thinks the word assimilation is a dirty word. Rather than expecting new citizens to adopt America's traditions and customs while bringing the best from their old country, libs claim they want a multicultural society, not a melting pot. I thought the whole point to this great country was the melting pot aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything molds together.
Well, yeah, but it used to be, learn the fucking language, get on board, be part of the
I
Team
still
USA.
don't see what's wrong with that. Like
I don't
that
either,
assimilation thing of learn the language. It's really irritating when you go somewhere and you need someone's help and it's like, look, man, I didn't move to your country and fucking try and make you figure out what the hell I'm saying.
Right.
You're here now. Learn the language. I guess that makes me a bigot. I don't know. I don't mean to be.
Yeah.
But
Well, it used to be
it's rather
more
irritating.
important than it
That's
is
all.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's enough numbers of every ethnicity that it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't
You
matter.
can get in your own little pod and just be fine.
So they want this multicultural society, not a melting pot, yet it is rather apparent that isn't quite true. What they want to abolish is America's founding ideals. And I think there's some truth to that. I'll read this article to you and tell me if it rings true with kind of what we're seeing today. And
Okay.
instead of America's founding ideals, replace them with radical gender ideology, anti-Judeo-Christian values, and a collectivist society. Individual thinking is not allowed under these new American values. Get in line or get out is the message.
What I just said.
The reaction to the Philadelphia Flyers defenseman Ivan ProV, thank you, Jesus Christ. His refusal to wear rainbow-themed jersey at NHL Pride Night proved that's the left's goal. ProV, a practicing Russian Orthodox Christian, chose not to wear the jersey due to his personal beliefs. In turn, the outrage over a man practicing his religion was apoplectic. Demands were imminent that he either don the attire or go back to Russia.
Okay.
Don't they hate that?
So
you don't
forgiving.
like it? Go back to your own country. It's kind of what they're telling this guy.
Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Don't you think?
very, very ironic. Ivan ProV can get on a plane any day he wants and go back to a place where he feels more comfortable, take less money, and get on with his life that way, NHL Network's EJ Radic barked. He went on, and he's been in North America for a long time. He played in the Western Hockey League. He's now been in Philadelphia for many years. If that's too much of a problem for him to maybe assimilate into his group of teammates and community, and here in this country, that's okay. Listen, you can feel any way you want, but the beauty is if it bothers you that much, there's always a chance for you to leave. Maybe go back where you feel more comfortable.
Oh, I thought you just had to play hockey. I didn't know you had to be a martyr for the cause.
No. Martyr is what we're doing now.
I see. I would love to see that in the contract where it said that you have to, go against your political beliefs or your religious beliefs if the upper management deems necessary.
I was pretty sure the First Amendment cleared all that up for us.
I thought so, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
These
Crazy.
foreigners, maybe they don't get the First Amendment. I don't know.
By the way, it's so ironic to hear these people like, if you don't like it, then get out of this country.
It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
It's like rain on your wedding day is what it is. I mean, it's which are not ironic things anyways, but whatever.
Whatever.
Of course, in doing so, Radic was telling all Americans that if they don't believe in radical gender ideology, they don't belong here. They must pledge fealty to wokeness or deport themselves.
Wow, deport themselves.
Yes.
That's actually a thing.
While we're at it, probably should go fight.
Is it even possible to deport yourself? You can leave.
I think you're just leaving.
But exactly.
Isn't that just a flight?
I think deporting is like a process. being deported.
Well,
not just leaving the country. I don't think that's deporting.
Deporting yourself, you can only kind of do. You can claim to be deporting yourself, but I don't think it stands up if you try to fly back. No one's going to stop you.
Right.
If you just
self-imposed
yourself.
deportation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you could go back to your shitty country and then be like, I'm going back to America.
Yeah.
You know,
I forgot this is way worse.
Yeah. So he should also go fight in the war in Ukraine, Radic implied. I understand there's a conflict of sorts going on over there. Maybe get involved. No, I'm a hockey player.
For the Russians? Nice job, dickhead.
Yeah, right? Who do you want to get involved
Right.
for? The Russians? Is that? I think Radic needs go prove yourself and fight your home country for the Ukrainians.
Okay. Well, why don't you drop him on the ice there, Radic? Let's see what's up.
Radic wasn't alone. Another reporter wanted the Flyers organization to be fined $1 million for ProV's wrong think, among other consequences.
Is it wrong think?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, you might need a refresher as to what the hockey star said about Pride Night. I respect everybody. I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to self and my religion. That's it. For that, the left wants him to leave the country.
Yeah.
So no, liberals don't want a society that respects all religions and beliefs. They want complete submission to the new American values. For the woke in charge, it is no longer enough to advance the idea that all men are created equal. Loyal American citizens now must push leftist social norms in every crevice of culture, including Russian hockey players. The left says you must accept the idea that sex change surgeries, gender confusion, and things that go against your religion should be celebrated. Problem is, they don't want a society based on the U.S.'s historical notion of borders, language, and culture. They want it based on an ever-changing woke ideology. And unlike the old American values, they don't tolerate anybody who dissents. That's kind of the feeling we get here. Couple things. Okay. So, Ivan's jersey is sold out.
Outstanding.
So if that tells you anything right there.
Right.
And I want to be clear about this. And I think this is an important distinction to me.
Can you get a rainbow Ivan jersey?
Well, they do have those ones where you can make your own.
Right.
So remember when people wanted Mexico on the back of their Falcons jersey for Ron Mexico? For which was hilarious. They shut that down. They wouldn't let you
wouldn't do it?
No, some people did it, and then it was like, hey.
Well, I would imagine
they're making fun of this
that's
story.
a huge promotional thing, selling those rainbow jerseys of all the teams.
For that night, maybe?
I'm sure it's in stores, would be
Right.
my guess, that it's available for purchase.
No,
so
his actual jersey has sold out in NHL.com or
I
whatever.
know. I'm curious. I get that part.
I have no idea. I don't know if there's a big enough market that they could sell those jerseys and keep them stocked. Maybe you could with whoever their superstars are. I don't know if this dude qualifies.
Maybe
for
not.
that level. I don't
Just
know who he
curious.
is, but if they're
See if you can
offering,
buy a gay jersey.
yeah,
See if you can buy a gay jersey.
I kind of think they don't. I agree with Mike in a way, but
but they may, and that night they may. I don't know if I've seen those in the stands. And to each their own. Do what you want. If you want to buy the jersey,
As far as
great.
I know, that might be the first. Is that first Pride night in hockey?
Other teams have had them, I think. Right?
Has
They've
hockey
kind
done
of
it?
dipping it. They've
Dipping their toe in it.
they've-
Baseball's been there.
Yes, football obviously.
Football has
Football's
not
not done
night.
the Pride Night. They've done everything else.
Yeah, it's like
they're
football has
fully
not
on
done
board
Pride
though.
night.
They're
Of
fully
course,
on
but
board.
they haven't done Pride night.
And so we see this each way. People like to do stories. In fairness to the one I'm talking about his jersey selling out. Carl Nassib's jersey sold out, right? Who's the gay defensive end for the Raiders? I don't know where he is now. Is he?
He signed somewhere else.
Yeah.
Tampa maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know. Forget.
Tampa. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know if they must be anti-gay, the Raiders, when they found out he was gay.
They just shipped him out.
Yeah.
Well, they
Fuck this
signed
guy.
him for a while. Shit, we just gave him that goddamn contract. too.
Yeah. I think Michael
As soon
Sam's
as
jersey.
that's over, you're.
I don't
gone.
know that I see a jersey, but this is kind of funny. The tape. Where is
Oh,
it?
you can buy the
Pride tape. Jesus.
Oh,
That-
yeah. Perfect.
$7. Like that's kind of funny to me.
Those jerseys are $75.
Those are hoodies,
$75.
Just
Yeah.
a hoodie, yeah.
I don't think I see jerseys.
Puck
I
love.
see hoodies that are kind of because
No, but you know what Troy's talking about, where you can go to like the Red
I'm
Wings
sure, yeah.
and because they just don't sell every player's jersey.
No, I know.
You know, but
yeah.
if you want a backup goalie's jersey, can you get
Well,
it?
yeah, and you can put your own name on there too. I mean,
Sure. So, but you can't put Mexico on the back of a Falcons.
Well, that's what I'm
jersey.
saying is if you could like make that jersey. I mean, I guess you
fried
can do anything
jersey.
you want, right? But if he's
This tape is listed as most. I think those ones as most popular.
Yeah, they have to put that in there.
But I think with those jerseys though, they have to be just the standard Red Wing white, Red Wing red. Like I don't think you can just create your own jersey.
Well, I don't know. This is kind of new territory with the jerseys. What I was going to say though is I don't think in any way this is an attack on the alphabet community or the gay community in any way. By the jerseys selling out, the message being sent is not fuck them gays. That's not the message that's being sent out, in my opinion. In my opinion, the message that's being sent with that is stop pushing this shit on us and acting like I'm a psychopath if I don't jump full step into what you're preaching here. You're pushing an ideology on people, and if I'm not all in on all of it, that doesn't make me a monster. It doesn't make me a bigot. It doesn't make me a homophobe.
well, it depends who says it. I mean, it does make you that, if according to them.
Right, according to them. But but I think the jersey selling out says that no, I'm not just gonna jump all in like you're getting the support. We're gonna support someone that stands up for their religious beliefs too. You want other people to stand up for their religious beliefs. You want to protect their religious beliefs. Well, this guy has honest, and you listen to his team talk or his coach talk, and they're like, "This is who ProV is." He's a guy that has strong moral beliefs, and we stand by him. And
I bet there was a lot of fuck the gay clicks, would be my guess.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could
Not
be
all
some.
of them. Not saying that's like the overwhelming, but I bet you there was quite a few.
I think there's tremendous support for the community, but you can go too far by pushing and pushing and pushing. People do not like being told how to think, what to do. We don't like it. You tell me frequently in this house, don't tell me what to do. The most mundane things,
Yep.
and a lot of truth is said in jest. Even though you're joking, I feel the same way, though.
Of course.
Don't fucking tell me what to do. Ask me if, I can handle something, but don't, and it's the same type of thing. Like, no, you're not going to force me to wear a fucking flag that whatever, do you, but you don't get to make me do that.
Yeah, that's crossing some weird lines.
Very weird lines.
But, I mean, I can see where, even being a player, you are a subordinate. You put the jersey on every night that they tell you to wear. But you don't get to pick your jersey.
Would you feel comfortable if your company did that and said, hey, by the way, all of our hard hats, you need to go get a rainbow hard hat?
I mean, no.
Don't you think some people would take issue with that,
Of
though?
course. I'd put it on and fucking laugh about it.
Yeah, you'd
It's
probably
not-
put a big dildo on the end of it.
Exactly.
Like, who cares?
Right.
Go all in if you're going all
If you're
in.
going to do it right. Yeah. But so, I mean, like I said, he doesn't get to choose where he wears his, home whites or his away jersey. Like, that's the uniform. That's what you have to wear every game.
Right.
Now, if this is the one that you have to wear, like I said, you're being paid, you're a subordinate, that's kind of the one you have to wear. But now you're crossing fucking lines because you're talking about ideologies, not just a uniform, not just a name and a number that's on
Would this
your
be-
jersey. You're talking about, conflicts of interest with people's beliefs. And,
Right.
And because the people making the decisions believe a certain kind of way, shouldn't be able to force that down everyone's
Do
throat.
you think this is similar in any way or totally different? Say ProV was traded to New Jersey and was like, you know what? I'm not going to accept this trade. I'm a diehard Catholic, and I don't want to support the devil.
I can't wear a devil on
I
my
can't wear a devil on my jersey and feel comfortable. Is that sort of the same thing? Would that hold water, or would you be?
I mean, to a certain degree, yes. Ultimately, these are your decisions to be made. He doesn't have to wear the jersey, but it also doesn't mean that he necessarily gets to keep his job either. You go to we traded you to New Jersey. You don't want to play. That's fine. You can retire. I don't give a shit. We traded you. We got our player. We're done. It's fine. So it's not cut and dry. There's,
But do you see
have
a difference between that jersey decision versus the rainbow one? 'Cause
I mean, no, not necessarily.
I do sort of like I get it.
I mean, it. You can make an argument either way. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but
It seems fraudulent on a lot of levels. Like, oh, wow, all of a sudden we've all turned into this society that's just flamboyantly gay. And it like, oh, yeah, you're going to put rainbow tape on the handle of yours? Well, I'm going to go all the way down the shaft. and including the blade.
Yeah, you will.
You know, yeah. Like, it seems like we're trying to outdo each other and who's the most supportive of this community. It's like, dude, you guys are tremendously supported overall by this country. Are there assholes? Are there people that don't agree with your lifestyle? Of course. Are you going to change those people's hearts and minds by making hockey players dress kind of clownishly on the ice? No, you're not. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like,
Well,
and it feels
the reality
very, very
of it
forced.
is it has nothing. It is 100% marketing. That's it.
Right.
That's
Right.
it. They know they just want to expand. They want a night where it's not because they want to be inclusive. It's because they want to have the gays come to hockey.
Yeah.
That's it. They want to have a night where they can do it, just like Pride Night at baseball games. So not like
Yeah.
nobody watches games, but
So
it's
what
just
is
a
it like? The
marketing
regular
ploy. That's all
people
it is.
will show up and tolerate it, and maybe we bring the gay out, and they end up liking our game. Like, do you think gay people aren't familiar with sports?
I mean, no. I
mean,
think
give
it's
me a
not, it's an
break.
opportunity to expand. Is my point.
Yeah,
You know, the other in baseball, the other 81 home games
yeah.
is maybe not so gay friendly.
Is
not
it,
that
is
it's
it,
not that
so
they're
is
just
it any
gonna
different
stone
than
ya.
Dead Night, where they do Grateful Dead jerseys? Is it kind of to you, anyways? Is it kind of in that
but that's
same
not.
category?
I mean, that's not an ideology. That's not
Right,
You don't have to
right.
like the music. Oh, I fucking hate the Dead. And it does parallel that. I hate the fucking Grateful Dead. I'm not going to that. Why the fuck would I go to that?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I mean, so.
And it would sound really weird if a
But it
player
would be-
went,
it
I'm
would
not
be-
wearing that tie-dye jersey for these
Yeah, it'd be
hippies."
weird if a player was like, I hate the fucking Grateful Dead. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
But if it was, I'm trying to think, you know, I don't know. I guess there are just, we all know what a hot button topic is in society. We know what, like, to pretend that's not a thing and, like, 100% agreement. And if you don't agree full stop with this ideology, something's wrong with you. You're all these labels. We're going to label you all these horrible things and destroy you, essentially, is kind of the threat.
Yep.
Where it's not so true, kind of to your point, with Dead Night. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Might
not
be your cup of tea, but
yeah, you might not. You're not going to a Dead concert.
not going to
no
go
one's
to
forcing
country
you.
night, you know, shit like that. It's
Right.
fine. Let the rednecks go to that one. That's fine. You can have it.
Yeah,
Old
yeah.
school hip hop, I'm in.
Although this feels very forced, and everybody overnight turning
Fraudulent
into,
was the best term that you used on it.
Yeah.
It just is. It's ploy. It's marketing. It's pomp and circumstance. There's no real fucking meat behind it. You're not actually doing anything. You're just making it look like you are.
Yeah.
You're just trying to say, look at me, look at us. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, and I guess it does sort of make sense when you put it in terms of that. And I understand one's a forced ideology on people, and one is just like, hey, fans will come out. There's enough of a fan base for
Right.
the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
And someone like you, T, will go out of your way to either go to that game or find a way behind the scenes to get one of those jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
You're that big of a Dead fan. I totally get it. If they had a Motley Crue night, I'd do the same thing.
Right.
And Dead Night, I'm interested too.
Right on.
You know what I mean? So if someone's, I don't know if they have fans of the gay community. Are there fans?
Well, sure, of course. Especially the Dead, big time, I would imagine.
No, but I mean like Pride Night.
Mm-hmm.
For that one, if they were, I'm sure, I don't know if there would be fans of the community, or if it's just like anybody who's gay or has a family member that's gay and wants to support would go to that night.
It's more of it would be a destination thing. Like people, especially people if you're not into hockey or don't know anything about it, that would be
Yeah.
a great time to go because there's probably going to be a lot of fucking seats available. Easiest game to get all.
What do you think?
No, I
E?
don't.
I mean, I think you already know what I think.
What?
So.
What?
Fuck
Yeah, I
the
don't know how to
gays.
explain it. Like, this doesn't bother me like it bothers you. That's all. I
Yeah.
don't really care. I don't think it's as fake as you guys think, but I don't think it's real.
Oh,
either.
I think it's so
Well,
fake.
I know that.
Yeah.
You said what I think. This is what I think.
Yeah.
I think it. I don't think it's as
So-
fraudulent as you guys think. I'm not saying that I don't believe it's not a marketing thing.
So it's happened over the last few years, especially where it's been turned up to 10. You know, like everybody's got to prove how inclusive and
Yeah.
diversified and all this shit that they
I've
are.
said this before.
That's the part that seems like, okay, you're not naturally letting this happen. You're pushing and pushing and pushing to where we're seeing this all of a sudden overnight with communities that didn't give a shit about any of these ideologies or whatever it may be. And I'm not just talking about the gay. Whatever it may be, you're forcing all of these things on people. and you can feel it.
Certain label here.
Well, you know what you say you can feel it. You can feel it because you pay so much attention. You live in this world where you really are uber focused on the news. I don't think. I mean, I don't work in an office, so I don't know what people do like in that situation. But in my life, in my day to day, I don't feel any of this walking around. I don't go to the store and someone's telling me, you know, about you got to be gay or you got to be progressive. Like it, you know, I just don't personally.
Yeah.
And in my travels last year, I never dealt with anything for the most part. I didn't think that ever was like, oh my God, whatever. I don't know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel that. I don't think in the real world, for the most part, this is that prevalent.
You went to all 50 states. You didn't go to one gay bar?
Yeah, I think I did. In fact, I did comedy at a gay bar.
Oh, okay.
Nice. How'd that go?
I did all right. I didn't know it was a gay bar until I got there, but but
How did you figure out it was a gay bar?
The manhole?
There was about 10 fucking, you know, the
Blue Oyster?
rainbow flags. I mean, I think I don't remember exactly how, but it was very obvious once you stepped in there.
Yeah.
It was gay.
What do you think the next push is going to be? See, pride is pride is sort of all inclusive.
But it's not.
It is not, though. I would say that, though. That it's totally different for whatever reason.
You think they go full trans night?
I think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they're going to make the guy?
That'd be kind of funny.
But what's the
No, you know what they'll probably do first is drag queen.
Drag night?
Yeah. Because they're
make the
pushing
players
that
wear all
everywhere.
this fucking big titties and makeup.
I don't know if they'll go.
I
that
will
far,
say, you know, and by the way,
encourage the crowd to.
Personally, I would not care for my kid to be at a drag queen book show. I don't have a kid, but if I did, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like it. I will say this to be a little devil's advocate here: some of these parents that babble on about don't sexualize their kids have no problem with their kid. You know, see posters of them at a Hooters or them, you know.
Kids at a Hooters?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Really?
it's like, or pictures of a little kid staring at some tits.
You got great wings.
And they're like, oh, and at this point he found out he was whatever. People, I understand that straight is technically like it, you know, the Christian way. It's also the way of making more kids and making.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that say they don't like sexualizing their kids really only mean gay or some of this stuff. They don't mean it a straight way.
I think the vast majority, though, and this is true of the trans or the drag queen thing as well. The vast majority of parents are not dragging their kids to drag queen story hour.
I agree.
But and the problem I have isn't so much that exists, that someone does that. It's this like, if you don't approve of it, there's something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. Like that push where you're a bigot, you're not inclusive, and it's like, the fuck I'm not. You know, I have no problem with this. But don't act like if someone goes, boy, that's a little weird. This fucking grown-ass man in a thong who's got a record, by the way. A lot of these fucking clowns have vast records behind them. And it's like, we're willing to push all that aside for this. Giant titties and kids' faces, kids tipping them. What are you emulating? What are you doing? You're trying to water down what that is. That's a strip club atmosphere. Mm-hmm. That's all that is.
It's not going to lick itself.
Yeah, it's not going to lick itself. Glowing signs behind the kids. It's weird. And
regardless, that's always been sort of my stance on it. Is that it's not the fact that it's the gay or trans or drag or whatever it is. It's the fact that it's sexual in nature on any level.
Right.
Is inappropriate.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I see people that say they don't want sexualizing their kids, and I feel like they don't mind when it's a certain version of sexualizing their kids. But don't you look at
those people as kind of pieces of shit? Like,
oh, yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, if I walked into a Hooters, which I never would, the food is just that fucking disgusting. But if I did and I saw, like, parents with their kids there, I'd be like,
oh, no.
I mean, do you, man? Do you? But don't think that doesn't possibly have consequences.
I was talking about this with my sister the other day about swearing. Like, you know, I swear, like, kind of a lot.
Yeah, you
or
do.
whatever.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
like, I don't swear when I'm around, like, little kids. Not that, but like sometimes when there's families, like, oh, I swear around my kid. I'm like,
G and Amanda do. They swear around Marshall. I love their discussion of it. They say, you know, Marshall, these are adult words. They're not bad words. They're adult words.
That's fair.
And Marshall gets it. He doesn't use them, but he's also not like, someone said shit. Like, he doesn't, it's just not a big deal.
It's fair, but I would say I still, in that sense, I still have an old school view of it. It's kind of low class to me.
Yeah. I agree.
And I know
so
that
do a lot of people in my family.
Right.
That feel that way too. Like,
but that's just
probably shouldn't be saying that around your fucking 7-year-old.
Right. It's just my thought. It's just how I feel. But I mean, whatever. I guess to each their own.
Yeah.
But
the Osbournes kind of broke that seal.
Yeah.
You know, when their show
blew it open.
Yeah, where it was just like, it was the first time America really saw a family with adults, absolutely no filter with young kids.
Yeah.
It was like, what monsters, if you remember the pushback from that. It's like,
But for whatever it's worth, for example, like, I don't swear in front of my parents still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. Like, I once in a while, if I'm mad at a sporting event, I've kind of yelled something out, and my dad will like, Eric, or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad used to do that, not anymore. Now my parents both will swear in front of me, and I'll go, watch the language, young years.
Gotcha.
You know,
That's
because
funny.
I'm a kid. I'm their kid. Fuck you. You don't get to drop a F-bomb in front of me. That's outrageous.
Corrupting.
Yeah, but they do now more and more. My
Yeah.
dad now lets it fly. Never. When I was growing up, dude, up until like 3-4 years ago,
Okay.
they never swore around me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Like I said, I just think, you know my opinion. I think you definitely get a little more worked up than I do. I get what you're coming from, and I do think there's some scariness possibly to it. But
I think it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. I think it's not good for society
And
as
it's
a whole.
being out in front of it too. It's seeing the writing on the wall,
Right.
and addressing it before it's too late, because there's been time after time after time, example after example, where we just turned a blind eye. It was nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Not that we're on the front line crusaders, just
Yeah.
you know, saying what we see.
Yep.
I gotcha.
Because by the time the public is aware of it, it's too fucking late.
It's too late.
I'm not saying that it's so inherently wrong. I'm just
No, on a lot of levels, though, there seems like a breakdown of a lot of things in this country. You know, where why are we trying to normalize? You know, it's a sad situation when you've got a homeless population invading major cities everywhere. You know, that's not a good thing. And of course, you want to treat people with dignity and respect and human decency. I mean, it's a sad situation. But what we don't want to do is enable and act like this is fine. And if you've got a problem with it, you're a bigot. You're, phobic against homeless and people down. We're going to change the words and we're going to act like, and it's like, where are you going with this? So what we've created and what we're seeing coming out of the school systems en masse is an entire generation or two of people whose career is going to be picketing. They don't do anything. They don't have careers. They're not striving to be great. It's like, I want to have as small a piece of land as possible. I don't need a car, and I'm just going to picket injustice everywhere. And it's like, what is this benefiting society? Society works when we all understand what our role is. If everybody goes, you know what, fuck it, we're not paying attention to traffic lights anymore. We're just not doing it. Well, you can't arrest everybody. You can't give everyone a ticket. You can't throw them all in jail. So at some point, you need buy-in from the general public in order for this thing to work.
for the greater good.
For the greater good of all of us. You know what? We're just not going to be cool with murder or rape or, whatever. And so you kind of need people to fall into place and like, okay, you're going to have your immature years as you grow up, but at some point you're going to want to do something. Going out with a picket sign to bitch about what everybody else is doing who are working is not the solution. You're not righting wrongs. You're not fixing anything.
No.
You don't have anything, and I don't know. That's what I see. And it's like, if we keep going down this road, we're gonna have a real problem in society where I don't know what we have.
No. Well,
I still think sometimes you get mad at the wrong people. Honestly, I don't want to turn into too much of this, but like the ultra rich are really I mean, getting mad at the more middle lower class, I still think it's just not.
Who am I getting mad at?
Well, the regular people, the younger people are going out trying to quote unquote make change or whatever.
The fact that kids want to be influencers right now is bad enough.
That's
the
bullshit.
fact that being an influencer is a thing is the real fucking problem.
No, an actual social media influencer is one thing. I think that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Obviously.
And now it's become like the dream job.
I get that, but I'm talking about when he's talking about if you're talking about protesting, you're talking about money or how much what's going on as far as you think with humanity. I mean, to me, like I said, the rich, the ultra rich.
You're choosing which influence you want to acknowledge.
Exactly.
Influencers come in all shapes and sizes.
Well, I can do
a social
that,
media influencer. No, I'm just saying you're thinking about the fucking Kardashians. And what's her twat, the little one, the only hot one. Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
Right, influencer. But it's so much greater than that. It's so much bigger than that. It's what is being influenced is not just makeup and clothes. What's being influenced is ideology.
All of society.
Right.
Yeah, and I think to some extent I don't have an issue as much with some of that.
So you want anarchism?
I don't want anarchism.
Well,
no.
you do. Then where do you stop it, E? Where does the train stop? Because that's where you're going.
Well, like when you have
that's where you're
when
headed.
People sit there and say I just saw a thing about an automated McDonald's, and of course, half the people for and half the people going on about, oh, this is what you get with $15 an hour jobs.
Yeah, check that screen. Let me know how that goes for you.
I get that. I get that. But the reality is, you could argue that we could use a lot of technology to help society as a whole, to then not have everyone have to fucking strive living day by day, week by week. I don't think it's needed necessarily, but that's not to the benefit of the McDonald's.
What happens with people that were only making $12 an hour at the counter at McDonald's? Now what are they doing? Are they programmers?
No, they're protesting.
Are they influencers?
Well, I'm okay. Well, I'd go down the line that I'd be okay with a universal, some level of universal income.
I'm not totally opposed to that either.
But that comes.
I am more liberal than you think. E.
But that comes from, in reality, the McDonald's. Like, you know what? I don't have a problem if they make them all freaking, no humans there. And then guess what? McDonald's still makes $1 trillion a year, and now you throw into a fund, and people get to fucking do things that actually help the society.
Yeah, if they did that.
But that won't happen.
But how would you? Yeah, you can't mandate that.
But those are the people I'm okay with, I guess.
They're doing it to maximize profits. That's the whole point.
I know.
Getting rid of it, not for the greater good of society.
Which is a bummer to me.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the whole idea
just
of
giving everybody the fucking Rona that's touching the goddamn
We always got to have
screen.
more money. Always got to up the, every month. Got to have a better quarter than last.
There is no doubt that we have a real problem with the uber rich that have gotten so astronomically wealthy. But, I have a real problem because I don't believe it. Like the shit going on in Davos right now, right? In Switzerland.
Quite sure what's going on.
This is the ESG stuff. This is the Klaus Schwab.
I'm not for that, by the way.
Well,
I know. I know
they're relying on all the young protesters on their side. That's what they're doing. And so when you have this world getting there, and you've got all the wealthiest and most influential people on planet Earth there, right? And they're talking about all the people you're talking about, all the little guys need to shut the fuck up and do what we say. We've got the master plan. They're talking in terms like world takeover. It's terrifying.
Right.
And when all of them, what's the report? 1,040 private jets flew into Davos for this.
No, that's some bullshit.
You don't get to bitch to me about climate issues when 1,040 jets fly into this tiny town, including people who flew 13 miles. They didn't take a fucking limo even.
I agree.
They didn't take an SUV. They flew their private jet 13 miles to go to Davos. You look at some asswipe who's made a fucking living grifting off climate change, Al Gore.
Right.
That dude left the White House worth $2 million. You know what he's worth now? $200 million.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that guy who's dedicated his life to public service, how is he worth $200 million? And why is he flying private halfway across the world to scream about the oceans boiling?
When Troy wonders
what is he talking about?
When Troy talks about who's shaking the ant jar, it's these fucking people.
It's them.
It's them.
Mm-hmm.
And
but they have all the power,
I know.
dude. We don't sitting here.
They have the jars.
I know.
We are the ants.
And by the way, when you talk, when I say some of this idea of even going down the, what was it, income, national income, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I still definitely know society needs competition. You need to have benefit of working harder.
And the weird thing is you're a hard worker.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I don't want it for me, by the way. This isn't me trying to be like,
No. I don't get that feeling at all. And I know you. I know how you work.
So it's not that. It's not me saying, you know what, man, this is bullshit, man.
So what is the universal income? What do you think that level should be? because people have thrown out $1,000 a month. And that sounds great. I could use that. It's never enough, though. You know that, right?
I know that.
It's never enough.
I will say this. I've talked to my one buddy, Scott and Tripp, about it, who is a borderline anarchist. But we did have one time when we got to a point where he also was able to acknowledge that at some point you have to say, look, we gave you $12,000 a year. This is enough that you could technically,
never happen.
I understand that. No, but I'm saying he was even able to acknowledge, though.
Yeah.
At some point you have to say, no, dude, we've given you a certain amount of money. Yes, because you still need someone to want to be a good surgeon, or you can't just have everyone say,
no.
Well, I got $50,000, so good enough. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Or not only that, but not have the benefit of it, but like getting punished almost, right? Like, oh, you're a surgeon, but you make the same money as a fucking guy at McDonald's.
Yeah, and that guy will never be a surgeon. He'll never put himself through that. Why would he?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I know it's a tricky deal. I'm not stupid either, like in the sense, like, I know there's not an answer.
I think where we differ, because I think we both have I think it's fair to say of all of us that we recognize there are issues, and helping the little guy and people in trouble is what we should do as human beings, looking out for each other.
Well, I think we can is a problem. That's what sucks to me.
Certainly we can on some level, but it's not. It's fine. Then cut your salary at $10 million a year. How about you don't get to make $20 billion a year?
And there's no bigger corporation in this fucking world than the government.
Right.
I know.
And provides literally nothing to society.
Exactly.
What does the government provide to society?
My dad used to always say this to me growing up. And like, we're not an outrageous family, I don't think. We're not living out in the sticks with our fucking storing food. But my dad would always say, like, the government doesn't earn money.
No.
They're not a business.
No.
Everything they have comes from us.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's true. You know what I mean?
And when you want to start looking at the fucking fraud, waste, and abuse that's going on,
they're not having it.
No.
And by the way, I don't know.
Why do you think they want more and more government?
Right. I don't know who does it either, right or left. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care who the politicians do it are.
It's all of them.
No, but I'm going to say, when you get these rich people, and when people say, well, if we just raise the taxes to 90%, it wouldn't solve anything.
Why do you think they want to raise taxes?
But they're not
so they make more money.
But the thing is, they're not paying the taxes. That's the reality. Most of them find ways to get out so much of it.
That's an argument for another day. But they are. When you take risk and you take on risk, and I don't know enough about this to have an expert level debate.
And neither do I guess. No.
But at the same time, when you're taking on corporations and you're expanding, some parts work and some parts don't.
How much tax is generated from the people that they employ?
Right.
And everything that they do as the company.
Right.
Yeah. So fine, I can
true.
I can downsize this, but what's the real fucking pushback on that?
I know.
Yeah.
There's no answer. The problem is that's why I'm a libertarian, is because fuck the government.
Yeah.
It's too big. It's a machine. It takes too much fucking money. Even now they're running out of fucking, the debt ceiling's fucking hitting it.
Again.
And no concessions. You just approve it so we can just keep printing money. Fuck off. No, it has to change.
There's another funny thing that Scott pointed out that we both agreed on too, which is interesting that you don't see, that no one looks at, we're all in, again, I forget the word, but the bubble or whatever, echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, people on the left sit there and like, right, they drill on Trump people and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, neither of the sides like the government. When you really listen to them, they don't like, all the argument is what to do better.
Yeah.
But neither of them like the government. Yet they yell at each other about how stupid they are.
And it's getting to the point of despising each other.
Yeah.
Right. But like, they both understand that the government's the ultimate kind of evil in a lot of ways. Even though you also need a government, by the way.
At some level,
Of course
you
do.
Yeah, you need a government, not a giant government.
But one of their biggest jobs of government is to protect the borders of a nation.
Right. That is true.
And to just go, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah, no, the border's great. It's awesome.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's absurd on every level. It's disrespectful to the people that elected you. You're fraudulent and full of shit. And what is your end game? What are you going for? Because I know you don't give a shit about the little person. Certainly not the little fucking immigrant coming across the border. You don't actually care about them. I don't believe you do.
You're right.
So what is the end game?
What is their reasoning for doing it, right?
So this is about votes?
I assume that is what it's about.
I'm assuming that's what it is too. And the wording too. This cunt, Sheila Jackson Lee. I don't know if you know who she is, but
I've seen.
She is literally the worst person. She's the one that went to NASA and demanded to see the flag that we planted on Mars.
Right.
And when they went, no human's ever been to Mars, she got outraged and called it like racism or something.
Called them racist.
Called them racist.
For like.
She's and I swear to God, Sheila Jackson Lee. The only reason I know her is because every single time she's speaking at a podium representing the people, she's just shitting. She's just spewing racism. Everything this woman says is about racism, racism, racism. And the problem is she does hold a powerful seat. You know, when you're in Congress, you have the ability to affect change, to do stuff.
I wonder how that meeting went when they honestly, legitimately, like, I wish I could have a video of them in that room.
The NASA people going,
wait, what?
Not trying to be rude, but
see
that
what?
didn't happen.
yeah, we've never been to Mars.
And by the way, even if she wanted to see the one that we planted on the moon, it's on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? They planted it and
Come
brought
back
it
Tuesday. We'll put you on a ship. We'll send you up there.
yeah, yeah. How about we ship you to the moon?
Right.
and
We
you
don't.
go
We
check
don't
it
do
out
that
yourself?
anymore. Go talk to Elon.
Yeah,
Right.
She's the one that bitched at people on a flight too. She was sitting in first class, of course. Why wouldn't she be?
Right.
And they didn't have her meal right or something. Her first class meal, and that
I don't
was
even know they
racist.
get meals anymore, even on first class.
Yeah, they do. I had to watch them. They were a couple rows in front of me.
Man,
those
they get
cocksuckers.
meals still?
Yeah, yeah.
Sons of
On
bitches.
American, they did.
Champagne, all of it, buddy.
I knew the food.
Yeah.
I knew the drinks,
Drinks
but
galore.
I still thought even meals were kind of like just, we're fucking done.
We got it when we went to California. We flew first.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I had my filet medium rare.
You used to get a fucking meal flying to. You don't get a meal anywhere anymore. I don't think.
No, you can buy stuff. They'll sell you their
they will.
shitty sandwich or salad or whatever.
Right.
Even on international flights, I
Trail
don't think
mix
you get
and
anything.
shit.
Oh, the trail mix. God. She filed legislation, Sheila Jackson Lee, last week to codify conspiracy to commit white supremacy.
Awesome. That sounds really, really bad.
Really serious.
Well, the scary part is no one, including her, will define what white supremacy
Don't
is.
have to.
So,
And it was conspiracy to conspire to commit.
conspiracy means two, right? So in order to have conspiracy charges, right? Isn't that
Well, conspiracy is planning, basically, right?
planning? Yeah. Am I thinking of the wrong word? I don't know. So anyway, codify conspiracy to commit white supremacy in federal hate crime laws, the Leading Against White Supremacy Act, coming to a state near you, would enable the Department of Justice to prevent violent activity in relation to white supremacy ideology. The bill does not define white supremacy. Nevertheless, it adds white supremacy-based motivation against any person to existing statutes that already introduce penalties for crimes perpetrated against another person of race, color, religion, or national origin.
But it's only white supremacy.
Right.
Is black supremacy a thing?
Yeah,
Black supremacy okay?
So wait, if you can't about religion, national origin, I would think that the Russian hockey player would fall into both of those categories.
You would think.
You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to wear this
Okay,
jersey.
That is a tricky thing there, Mike.
Tricky.
You're really looking at it a little too tight, I think.
I'll get to the point of where the real problem with this is. The bill defines conspiracy to engage in white supremacy-inspired hate crime as an activity between two or more persons engaged in the planning, development, preparation, or perpetration of a white supremacy-inspired hate crime. At least one of the two or more conspirators must have published material advancing white supremacist ideology. Okay?
Why is this not just a hate crime?
It is.
Does this already fall
Here's
fall
where they're
under
going
the
with
guise
this.
of hate crimes?
Here's what, yes, there are already federal laws against, lynching someone,
Yeah.
right? I know we're very proud of the new lynching law,
course.
the Emmett Till law that we desperately needed in this country.
Yeah, right.
But you know what? Hanging someone from a fucking tree was already illegal, believe it or
Well, lynching is not technically the hangings.
not. What is it?
Lynching, by definition, and I would
Be
have to
dragging
go,
someone behind your car?
Nope. It's just a racially based crime.
Don't we already have hate crime laws that?
Yeah. Well, no, we do, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying the lynching is the hangings was how they did the lynchings, but the lynchings is not per se the hanging. Lynchings can be a myriad things.
So here's the What was that?
I was
missed
laughing at
something.
the intricacy of the lynching versus the hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Him breaking it down was kind of
Well, he's a smart guy.
mildly funny to me.
I want to read that sentence again because it's very key.
Because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, it does if you know what they're going for, what the plan is. And I'll tell you what that is. No. So, development, preparation, planning, or perpetration of a white supremacy-inspired hate crime. At least one or two conspirators must have published material advancing white supremacist ideology, replacement theory, or any hate speech directed against non-white groups on social media or other platforms where the content could be viewed by persons who are predisposed to engaging in any action in furtherance of a white supremacy-inspired hate crime. That's a quote. Okay, so if you post something on Facebook then, if you make a joke taken out of context, this is why this matters.
Yep.
If you do something on Twitter, joke about a person of color, this would qualify. Now, what they're saying, directed against non-white groups or other platforms where the content could be viewed by persons who are predisposed to engaging in action furtherance of white supremacy. So that means you post something, a joke, whatever it is, and it inspires someone halfway across the country. They could link it to you and say, now you are responsible for the white supremacy vitriol or hate crime this guy over here posed. So
it's the ambiguity of it all that really
yes,
I have an issue with.
Replacement theory. What is the replacement theory? Does anyone know offhand what the replacement theory is?
Isn't that the the original replacement theory it's basically white supremacy is trying to make white the ultimate race, right?
No. That would be the master race. That was more Hitler-esque. Replacement theory is bringing in illegals by the millions, trying to replace the current, like white people make up like 75 or 70% of the country, right? Blacks are like 11 to 13%. Stop aborting the kids so much. You'd have more percentage. But 13% Mexicans make up this X. So the replacement theory is people that go, God damn it, you're shuffling millions of people that are going to affect all the votes in the country. So that's replacement theory.
Yeah. Well, so, I was doing the opposite of that. Of what you would be against replacement theory is because you're being replaced.
Right. So, exactly. Yes. Okay. I see what you mean.
So
if you take issue with last year 5 million illegals who don't speak your language, who don't necessarily bring anything to the country, they're fine people. I'm sure they're fine people, and they're looking to better their lives. I get that. But there's a way to do it, and you could have debate about fixing the system. You know, we all agree the system's broken, but you don't just get to crash borders. And the federal government, one of their main jobs is to protect the borders of the nation. So if you take issue and go, wait a minute, that doesn't feel right. Why are these people getting free health care and phones and schooling, and now we're bringing in people to speak their language for them? And we're giving them, putting them on all kinds of government programs that we're paying for.
Yeah.
I don't get a vote in this. I don't get a say in this. If you even take issue with that, you're believing in the replacement theory. That would now be a federal crime.
There you go.
See how that works?
Of course. That's what it's like I said, it's the ambiguity of it.
Yeah.
That it's just sort of all encompassing.
And it's coded in big words, so you don't
make them sound smart.
And it makes it sound like when I hear stuff about like published material advancing this, it makes it seem like someone's got a newsletter.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like
you wrote a
newsletter.
book. Yeah, right.
Right. You know, this is our monthly newsletter about what the blacks are doing or what the Mexicans are doing to ruin this country. No. Published material advancing could be a fucking statement you made, a tweet.
Yep.
Could be a tweet.
Absolutely.
Could be a Facebook post. Anything you said, taken out of context, as we've learned before, previously, context doesn't matter.
Nope.
So you keep going down the road, you see where we're going with this. If this continues, if
and
this
that gets
goes,
codified, that's almost basically unchangeable.
Yeah.
Something tells me that's not going to get passed.
I hope not, dude. But
wouldn't think
you know
so.
what? Whatever seems outrageous and crazy now, give it 3 years.
Right.
Give it 5 years. And then it's like, the whole trans thing doesn't seem quite as nuts. Like, oh, kids think they know best and they feel like a girl, so cut his dick off.
It's like a shell game. That's all it is. Just keep you looking over here, distract you with this, distract you with that. Don't pay attention to what's really going on.
Yeah. And if you need some evidence, look at the January 6th stuff. And I don't know a single person who said, yeah, right on, January 6th was awesome. No, literally every person I know, whether they are in broadcasting, whether they're on the right, obviously the left, fucking hated that day. It was a horrible day for this country.
Yep.
And seeing more that I've seen about it, it gets more horrible every time you watch it. It should have never happened. There should have been protections in place to make sure that sort of thing doesn't happen. It's not good for anybody in this country. That being said, having people locked in solitary confinement with these massive multi-year sentences or just rotting away in a fucking underneath a Washington jail cell for God knows how long, for walking into the Capitol that day seems wholly un-American too. It seems like there's one way that things are happening to these people.
Perhaps a double standard.
Yeah, very much a double standard, and that feels very, very wrong.
It does.
You know what I mean? But then if you even have that statement, if that's your belief, well, not only that goes without saying that you're a bigot, but it makes it seem like you're supportive of January 6th.
Of course.
Which could be further from the truth.
Yeah, you're ultra mega.
Ultra mega, supreme mega, super mega.
Hey, this part of the show is brought to you by
What?
Janet Davis Cleaners.
I love them. They dropped off today.
They did indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, they're on Woodward in Berkeley. It's family owned since 1938, and they offer free pickup and delivery, just like that. They use only the best environmentally friendly cleaning methods, meaning it's guaranteed order free and good for the libtards. In fact, they have an intact button guarantee, which means no broken buttons for you. So full-service dry cleaners, casual clothes, work clothes, wedding gowns, as well as sheets, comforters, duvet covers, tablecloths, and more. You can visit janetdaviscleaners.com or call them at 248-543-0340. Mention TDC, that's us, and you can get $20 off your first home pickup.
Perfect.
Mike, I just got a question. Honestly, how excited are you for the election already?
Of what?
Of the presidential election. A year and more than a half
No, not
away.
at all.
I mean, dude, isn't it just going to be an absolute...
It's going to be a shit show. And you know what it is, dude? Honestly, I don't put anything past anyone.
I know.
I don't.
It's just going to be...
People think that they're actually voting for, the saving of the world on both sides. They're both wrong, but they're both feel that way, and so God knows what's off the table. Nothing's off the table.
It's just to me, not to be weird about it, but Trump is, him announcing.
I hope to God he doesn't run.
He already announced, though, right?
Yeah,
I know, but he's got 2
to get to the finish
years.
line is a different story.
It's looking like he's going to get creamed by DeSantis anyways.
Okay.
All polls you see.
Yeah.
So I think
He still has to get
more
the
tolerable to me. I would say that.
But
he has to
trying
get
to
the nomination still.
Yeah.
Right.
Or run as an independent.
Right. Which
is the worst case
he could
scenario.
do,
Which is the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he's only stealing votes from one side.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I don't know. I know that wasn't quite what you were talking about, but I just feel like this point where I don't even watch like you do, and I'm already hearing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
Yeah. It's never ending, dude.
It is so fast now from when it used to kind of you'd get a little bit of a time between these elections.
No, right.
And now it's just like
you'd have a midterm, and then it would be like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And you would forget that it even happened.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you'd have 6 months till the election. It would start trickling down.
Oh yeah, we're voting for senators or something, and now it's like
second that count was done. Boom, let's go.
And for the most part, no one even gave a shit. You knew what the presidential elections were, but the midterms
might get your guy, you might not. No big deal. World's gonna go on.
Right.
It's fine.
And it really didn't matter either way. They're kind of both the same.
Shit. We'll get him next
my guy
time.
didn't win. Better luck next time.
Yeah. No. Now you take to the streets and burn shit.
Yeah. Right.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. Why are we throwing rocks at cops? Why are we fucking throwing frozen bottles of
fuck the
piss at
police.
cops?
That's why.
Okay. That seems fair on every level. But we do need to get better people involved. Have you guys paid attention at all to this George Santos?
No.
Not George Soros. George Santos. He's a Republican, and he's in New York. And this guy might be the biggest full of shit asshole ever. And he won a seat.
Okay.
He's got to see this.
Oh, is this
dude,
the one that lied about everything?
Everything.
Everything.
There's a new story out today that he claimed his mom was killed in 9/11, was in the buildings. No. Claimed he went to 2 universities and got higher he never went to college.
That's presidential material right there, buddy.
Hell yeah.
How does it not when people ask him questions at some point, or is he just? I mean, so many though.
But he's voted in,
right?
So what do you do?
Exactly. That's the problem. Is that even though he lied and it was under false pretenses, he was still voted in.
But isn't there? It seems like Trump got impeached every other Friday for God knows what. He spilled milk in the White House and he got impeached for it.
Yeah.
So they wanted to impeach him for it.
Oh wait,
you're telling me this clown can't be impeached and kicked the fuck out for?
So a politician can be impeached for lying about something?
Yeah.
And kicked out of office? Well, that would be a first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they fucking do. I mean, this guy did it, egregiously.
That's what I'm slowly saying.
Top.
It's to such a level
Right. I know. But I mean, campaign promises are lies when you don't follow through with them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's apples
That's
and oranges.
Just politics.
Well, okay.
Well, they had the best
so
intentions, Troy. They wanted to get those taxes
My point
lower.
is that you get what you got. If you didn't do your own research, if you didn't follow up, if you don't know what the fuck you're getting and you voted for this dude,
yeah,
it is what it is.
But if you voted for him, not because mark my words, no new taxes, and you go, yeah, cool, and then he can't get it through, kind of to E's point, what are you gonna do? I tried. I tried to get no new taxes, and my party fucked me. But if you say, vote for me, I went to New York University and Baruch College. I worked at Goldman Sachs and Citigroups. My grandparents escaped the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
Jewish.
a big one. Yeah, it's a big one, yeah.
I'm Jewish. My mother died in the September 11 terror attacks of the World Trade Center.
My Lord, what a life.
I know.
All of those are not true.
Yeah.
And then his excuse for I'm Jewish, he was like, well, I learned my maternal family had a Jewish background, so I said I was Jew-ish.
I
didn't say I was Jewish. I was Jew apostrophe.
Full Jew-ish.
I was Jewy.
And that's
say Jewy next time.
That's the least of the offenses.
Right.
Right.
Well, that life you got there is almost like a fucking Forrest Gump.
Well, that makes you very electable.
Survive, Holocaust. My mom was dead in 9/11.
I rescued 14 fucking babies from a
why not
burning
just
orphanage.
throw everything out
Hell
there?
yeah.
He says this controversy will not deter me from having good legislative success.
And
I will be effective. I will be good.
Maybe that's going to be the best fucking politician we've ever had.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll never be able to trust him to know.
Who knows? Well, whatever, because his record's going to speak for itself. I mean, now he either gets things done or he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not he can't just say he did things that he didn't do. You'll know.
Here's what else he said. My sins are embellishing my resume. I'm sorry. Embellishing your resume? Embellishing your resume was saying I was liked by everyone at the office.
I was a 4-year full professor. At
Biden's thing.
Those are embellishments, right?
Yeah, these are not embellishments, sir. These are flat out lies. Did your mother die at 9/11 in the Trade Center?
By the way,
no, that's a lie.
You saying?
Well, she died. No, okay, she's still alive.
My only sins are embellishing my resume. Yeah,
that's
pretty egregious.
Kind of a big deal.
My only sins are I lied, quite a bit,
all the time.
Right?
He goes
that's
on.
my only sin, lying all the time.
Sue me.
Right. He says, I didn't graduate from any institution of higher learning. I'm embarrassed and sorry for having embellished my resume. I own up to that. We do stupid things in life. Well, that's done.
You're not a
See you later.
15-year-old kid who's just I wrote a bad tweet or something. You're probably a 40 at least year old man who was running for an office, a political thing, and I went to college.
Yeah. No, by the way, when I told you all that stuff that made me get voted in,
crazy. None of it happened.
True. By the way, there was a veteran who was homeless, living in a chicken coop. This is the story today, and had a support dog. And
Would he kick him or something?
No, the Roops got sick and needed $3,000 in surgery. He did. His name's Patch, and Patch needed the surgery. And so Santos, going by the name Anthony DeVolder.
All right.
That's
Aliases.
normal as shit.
Sure.
Normal as shit.
Well, I don't want people to know, it's a politician doing this stuff.
Yeah, well, this is pre-politician stuff. So he is working with another group, and he's doing a GoFundMe campaign. Someone came to him and was this guy works with pets and animals and gets some help.
No.
And so he sets up a GoFundMe to raise $3,000 so Patch can get his much needed surgery.
And how's the surgery going?
Well, they shut down the GoFundMe after it raised the $3,000, and Anthony DeVolder
Shot Patch in the face.
Yeah, Patch died while waiting for this to be worked out. Patch was like,
That's the red tape. It's not his fault.
Yeah. So Patch is no longer with us, and Anthony, you might know him in New York as Santos, it was like, yeah, we had to take that money and we gave it to other dog charities.
Well, this one's already dead. What do we need to give the dog money
Well, no,
for?
the dog wasn't dead yet.
Oh.
But yeah, he did die.
Could
in the
have been
process.
saved.
Yeah.
So he says, look, you didn't do exactly what we said. So we gave it to a different charity for dog.
And what charity is that, sir?
And they said, listen, sir, we're a 501c. And they look at us and they find out what we do and this and that. And the New York Times looked and they're like, yeah, he's not a 501c and there's no one looking into him. And so he just basically stole $3 grand.
Right on.
Just set up a
But I'm not a
GoFundMe
criminal.
for a dog.
For
to
a
get
groups.
To get
Well,
For a
surgery.
veteran, the guy's a Navy vet with a
Then maybe
support
that's
groups.
maybe that would be, if they can find that as some sort of fraud, that would be a chargeable offense and impeachable.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. It's not. But just lying. Shame on you for not checking. I'll tell you anything I want.
How are you going to vote for a politician? Which one of them don't lie?
Well, that was my exact point.
Right.
He claims he's not a criminal.
Okay.
All right. He's not a criminal,
Well, I
but
believe that.
Well,
However-
the stealing the money could,
he
constitute fraud.
did admit to stealing a man's checkbook to buy clothing and shoes in Brazil in 08.
I mean, what was the situation though? Was he out of money? You know,
I am not a criminal.
Doesn't matter. That's still check fraud.
Oh.
It's a crime.
Yeah, look,
Even
all
under
I
the best
did,
circumstances, it's a
If he
crime.
was feeding his family and needed bread.
no, he just embellished his resume a little bit. Sorry.
That's his only sin.
Fucking sorry.
That's his only sin is embellishing my resume.
Yeah, just embellish the resume a little bit. By the way, over in they're saying in Brazil that law enforcement is now reopening that case.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice job. Statute of
yeah.
limitations didn't run out down here, sir.
Did I technically steal this man's checkbook and buy clothes and shoes for myself? Yes, but I am not a criminal.
Right.
All right.
I know this is just such an
Prove it.
almost like hippie kind of. How can you do this to somebody? Like how can you be
How can you
a
be
person
that big of a piece of shit?
Like, dude, we all do things that we regret, a dumb thing or something that we realize later, that hurt somebody or.
Of course.
But like, how can you walk through your life? I just can't fathom. But you know what though? That's the reality.
That's a mental thing. Like that's someone that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and why would you have the balls to you have to be such a narcissist to be able to go into public life where every move you make is scrutinized. Everything you say is scrutinized. And you're getting lots of attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
like,
pathological. That's
pathological,
like
right.
fucking-
And
there's something going on there, yeah.
when you go to the
and
government-
then not to even go, I stepped down in pure shame.
Yeah.
You know what? I've learned about
I'd even have more respect if he was like, I can't believe you fucking idiots fell for it.
Yeah.
I wanted to prove a point
Right.
that you guys are so fucking dumb that I can tell you anything that you wanted to hear and still elect me. I had a $4 bet with my buddy and I won.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I had the
guys.
$1 Mortimer bet.
Right?
That's what I
The
had.
usual.
Yeah, dude, it's great. And what does it say about our vetting process?
Mm-hmm.
What does it say about our vetting
I mean, I don't think
process?
they're technically. Is there an actual vetting process?
Probably
really?
because nobody
It's-
really wants to open that can of worms too hard.
Well, no, but that's the job of the media. That's the job of the media. To
And
go,
the fact that he's a Republican is amazing.
Yeah.
That didn't get
Yeah, how
blown
did a
out.
Republican get?
Yeah,
by
I could
like
see
that?
it if
Yeah,
it was
I
a
don't
Dem,
know.
like, I know,
it's
look,
crazy.
I couldn't find
And in
anything.
New York,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And I mean, we were talking about like, universities and educations and fucking careers. Like, those are easy to check.
Yeah.
Like, those are easy things to vet.
Right.
And you find one that's not true, and then the whole fucking.
I mean, maybe you just think nobody's going to think, like, who's going to go, I wonder if he really did go to New York University. Like, who's going to lie about something
but
like
if you had
that?
some of these other stories, like that dog, I don't know when that
sorry?
came out, but
I'm sorry, what?
Well,
Who's going to lie about something like that?
I guess a lot of people would.
Yes, exactly.
I would
Yeah,
say,
Including your sitting president,
Yeah, that's true. Oh, my God, yeah.
right?
I would say who really needs.
But he did go to that college. He just didn't graduate like
Okay.
he said he did. He
I
didn't
know.
get the advanced degrees.
Exactly.
That is one of the
Wasn't
funniest
top of his
clips
class.
ever.
I mean, all the little things, and fine. And those are embellishments.
Yeah.
So
You know who
where
needs
do
to
you
really
draw the
be
line?
Mad though is who does this guy run against? Like who was that guy's fucking
Listen, it doesn't. I mean,
what do you call him? Whoever runs their campaign manager.
Yeah.
Who like ran against this dude?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if I was sitting here, you lost to this guy, I'd be.
if you're in a red
some-
fucking area, it doesn't matter. It's as long as the R is next to your fucking name, it doesn't
but
matter.
if it's
what
in
it
New
is.
York, it could be someone he's running against is like an always Trump guy or something.
Yeah,
and they're
maybe.
like, we're not going down that road.
Yeah.
We'll take the guy that went to NYU, and
Sure.
you know. His poor mother died in 9/11, for God's sake.
That's the voters.
Let's give him a chance.
That's the voters, though. If he ran against somebody, to me, I'm going, not one person on my team looked into any of this stuff.
Yeah, right. The guy that lost. What the fuck, guys?
I lost this fucking asshole. I think I was wording it right. That's what I was trying.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I think
I got blown out. You guys are fired.
Right, guys, one of these things, man.
Really? You couldn't. You know, there's a whole fucking. Go to Midtown Manhattan. We live in New York. Walk around, see if you see his mom's name on any of the fucking.
Yeah, right.
Well, how about this?
They've got.
It'll take you a little time, but check it out.
Did you Google him once? Did we see what we were dealing with here? Did you just type his name and at least go, hey, anything we could get on this guy?
Dude, they literally have everyone who died in 9/11 in a 1-block area. They're all on the fountains. Just go there and just be like, what was your mom's name again?
I bet you could probably find it online. I don't think you actually have to go there and read the signs. I bet you could probably.
That's what I was saying.
Look it up.
Maybe type
Who
his
died
name
in
into Google
9/11?
But even then, if you didn't see her name there, you could pose it like you're the hero. Like, hey, I went there. I didn't see your mom's name anywhere on here. This is an outrage. Poor woman died on 9/11.
Yeah, right.
She's not even engraved.
Did you know
on the
that
thing.
your mom's not even being honored?
Yeah. This is an outrage. Do they even say her name every year at that time and ring the bell?
Ding.
You know, this is crazy. I went through and looked at the video. They don't even fucking mention your mom's name in this every year. This is crazy.
I wonder if his mom's still alive, by the way. Is she even
must
dead?
Not be. She must not be. No. I don't know.
She's still in Auschwitz.
Imagine if she was. She's not even dead.
She's still in Auschwitz.
She's still in Auschwitz. Jeez.
Well, she's probably Jewish.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Touch of the Jew.
Hey, the new car inventory is growing, and when inventory grows, so do the savings. A full lot means better selection, and better selection means dreamy deals. Best of all, when you visit our friends and OG sponsors, Zott, Ford, and Holly, you're going to get both. So if you bought out your lease in the past year or two because there was nothing to choose from and the deals just sucked, then today is your lucky day. There's no need to spend money on new brakes, tires, or maintenance. Just trade in that turd and get an extra $2,000 more than it appraised when you purchase or lease a new Escape, Edge, or Explorer. As a matter of fact, you can trade in almost any used car and get the extra $2,000 when you get a new whip. Need more deals? How about 0% financing on many new vehicles in stock at Zott? Plus, our boy Gabar and the team will toss in a Ford factory tri-fold tonneau cover at no extra charge on every new F-150 you buy or lease in the month of January. Bam! Clearly, an expanding inventory generates beautiful bargains, and you can check out both when you go to visit dealsinthed.com.
Very good. We'll get to email in just a sec. I got a bunch here, and thank you to everybody that reached out, whether personally or DM or email about what?
I don't know. I was laughing, and Troy was staring me down.
Oh, is he giving you the stink eye?
I don't know.
That reached out that we're happy with the interview we did yesterday with Marina.
Oh, it was
and
lovely.
Of course, the Woke Bay.
Of course.
Yeah, I thought it was good. You know, honestly, I thought Marina was a little nervous.
Of course, sure.
You know, rightly so. And but I think she was great. And
she's fantastic.
And I think we need more.
Those are good conversations to have.
Yes, I think they are, and I hope we represented ourselves
definitely
well. And
you know what I found out in that whole thing? You're an ally for the trans community.
I am.
Yeah.
How so?
You said so.
Yeah. No. Well, I don't mind being an ally for anybody, but don't make me tape up my hockey stick. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Don't force me to do that shit.
Okay.
And don't force it on kids. Leave the fucking kids out of it. That's where I really have a hang up. You know, I told you I went to that. It might have been Arts Beats and Eats, and they had all the rows of the art stuff, and one of them was for the Roops, and I was getting Izzy some treats, and I bought it from a trans girl.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Did you get your sainthood yet?
And no, and I wasn't even looking for it. I was like, those look like delicious treats for the Roops, and so I bought it off a trans. What is it? Man to woman? Trans woman. Trans woman. Yeah.
It's whatever they are now. Just to make it easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll still fuck that up, but yeah. And I got home, and the treats were rotten. They were supposed to be healthy, and they were like bread with mold on them. So they weren't bread, but they were like
sitting out there all hot and shit, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't blast the whole community.
No.
I didn't blame the trans.
No.
I didn't say look what mental illness did to my fucking
Because that chick
treats.
with a dick, sold you bad goods does
Yep.
not represent the trans community.
Exactly.
Right. That's just a person selling bad goods.
Yes. So we'll get to your email in a moment. But did you see Alec Baldwin is going to be charged with involuntary manslaughter?
I sure did. I sure did.
Yeah.
Someone is responsible, but I know it's not me.
Yeah.
his quotes.
He's a real piece of shit. I'm sorry. There are plenty of works the thespian has done that I've liked. No doubt about it, especially when he was younger. But he's just turned into a fucking right cocksucker.
Douche canoe.
Yeah, douche canoe. He's he knows everything and whatnot. He's a dick. We've seen too many fucking videos of him.
Oh, yeah.
Just going off on some delivery guy in New York City or his daughter. You were a spoiled pig, rotten pig, whatever he called her.
Kicked off the plane for his Words with Friends.
Was that one of them?
Yeah. When they told him to shut his thing off, he was playing with Words with Friends.
Oh,
They're like, you have to turn your thing off. He's like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
They're like, we're taking off, dickhead.
Yeah.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where he's used to being able, no one's going to dare say anything to old Alec Baldwin.
By the way, for real, honestly, is it just if you have all of your phones on that it actually does affect planes? Because I've left it on. I've left it on before.
I left it on the other day.
And I didn't mean to. Like, I legitimately didn't mean to. And
There
I'm like,
is
oh,
no way they are putting that in the public's hands. That's why I don't mind all that much. There's no fucking way they're leaving it up to 300 assholes in the
not
back
be-
of this tube to nail that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Now, maybe if you get the majority of them to shut it off,
That's
it
what I
helps
was-
with interference or
Well,
whatever.
that's why I was curious. I'm like,
It's
if we
gotta
all
be.
just had them on, would there be a problem or something?
Well,
Or
Well, now that we're all 5G, fucking planes are just going to start dropping
dropping
out of
like
the sky.
flies.
Right.
It's the same frequency.
yeah,
it's over.
right.
If there was any question at all, they would confiscate your phone when you got on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have you shut
They'd
off and put
Chappelle
it in
you,
airplane.
put you
They
in those
would.
shit bags.
yeah,
There's no way they're going to let some asshole who wants to play
The
Candy
honor
Crush.
system.
Yeah, honor system so you can play Candy Crush or Words with Friends. No.
I've just always been curious about it. I get it.
And I'm speaking out my ass. I don't even know if that's the reality, but I just can't imagine they're going to put it in
Well,
our
why else
hands.
would you have airplane mode on your phone?
Right.
Well, and it's funny how sometimes, like, the time I did it, no one said anything. But I'm sure you've had times before where they'll say, like, we still have 3 phones. Like, I've had them announce.
Seriously?
We can tell.
I've announced, maybe they didn't say number, but I haven't heard them announce before, like, we still are detecting phones or something. Or I'm like,
Oh, I've never
Picking
heard
up
that.
interference or something.
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe you're on
Yeah.
a good honorable
Maybe.
plane.
Except I was the only one then. They should have said, yeah, we're detecting one piece of shit back there.
or maybe they're just making it
somewhere around 9C with their device not in
Right.
airplane mode. We'll sit and wait.
Who's
We'll
on
wait.
Pornhub?
Yeah.
My only other thought was maybe the sky waitresses, saw it and just as opposed to them trying to be it, just saying it to the pilot.
Yeah.
And
Make an announcement.
Makes an announcement.
No,
like
I think they love being able to get in your shit and go, would you turn that off? Just like, would you put your seat tray up or lift your back up? If you're, like
Yeah, for those
really,
for those
if
2
I'm-
hours, they're God.
They are. And like if I'm this far back in my seat, really, this is the end of the world.
What is that?
We're going to war over this. My seat is this far back.
they move back all of 2
sir,
inches.
Can you please put your seat all the way up? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when they crash, the person behind you is gonna hit their head into the top of your seat instead of the back.
I got news flash for you. They're gonna be dead as fuck anyways
I
if
know
they
it.
crash.
But in the event of a water landing, your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. Fucking
Which we
good
don't
luck
expect.
with that.
Unless Sully's my pilot, I don't care about you, your flotation
Who the
devices,
fuck
or your
is going to
whistle.
take their seat cushion with them
Yeah.
when you land in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm going to be using kids as flotation devices. So Alec Baldwin is being charged.
Just walking across water on bodies.
Yeah, it sounds like Mary Carmick Altwies, the Santa Fe prosecutor, tore into Baldwin while announcing the charges, saying an actor doesn't get a free pass. She insisted he did pull the trigger on the gun. That
Nor does a producer.
Yeah, she's going down too. She wasn't a
No,
producer.
he's the producer.
Yeah, right,
The,
right,
the
right.
assistant director and the what do they call the gun bitch? The idiot that gave him the
Prop director or something?
No.
Or-
Yeah, something like that.
oh, no, she was...
Gutierrez
armor, the
Reed,
armor.
The armor.
Yeah, you're right.
Reed, Gutierrez Reed. Is that her name?
No. It's a white chick, remember?
Yeah,
It's Gutierrez Reed?
I think so. Something
it?
Gutierrez Reed.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a prosecutor.
Let's see whether Baldwin pulled the trigger. He insists he did not and has refuted an FBI report which claims he must have. He and Gutierrez Reed are facing a maximum of 18 months in prison if convicted of involuntary manslaughter. If also convicted of a firearm enhancement on that charge, they'll face a mandatory 5-year prison sentence.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. The Baldwin's attorney said this decision distorts Helena Hutchins' tragic death and represents a terrible miscarriage of justice. And we'll let the courts decide that.
Yeah.
We're a jury.
Yep.
That's not for you to say, sir.
Yeah. Was this a terrible accident? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was there negligence involved? Absolutely. Does someone need to be held accountable? Absolutely.
Yeah.
How far that goes and who all is found to,
Here's what Karma, the chick, the Mary Altwies, the Santa Fe prosecutor, she says that, Baldwin did pull the trigger and he ran a fast and loose set that was plagued with safety issues. There was such a lack of safety and safety standards on that set.
Yep.
There were live rounds on the set. They were mixed in with dummy rounds. Nobody was checking those, or at least they weren't checking them consistently. They somehow got loaded into a gun, handed to Alec Baldwin. He didn't check it. He didn't do what he was supposed to do to make sure it was safe or make sure anyone else's was safe. He pointed the gun at Helena and he pulled the trigger. A totality of the circumstances led to the decision. This was a really fast and loose set, and nobody was doing their job. While it may have been an accident, Baldwin doesn't get a free pass because he's a star.
Nope.
Just because it was an accident doesn't mean it's not criminal. No. They didn't have the intent to kill, but it happened anyway, and it happened because of more than mere negligence. And we've talked to many actors, A-list and otherwise, that have said they always check their guns or they have someone check it in front of them. Everyone's equal under the law. Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, you're not being charged as an actor.
No.
Like you're being charged as the producer of that movie.
Exactly.
And actually the actor that actually pulled the trigger.
Yeah, and he did pull the fucking trigger. Make no mistake about it. I don't care what he says. I don't care who he voted for. There's, when the more you talk to people, like, no. There's no way he didn't pull the trigger.
Okay, maybe he did. Maybe he cocked the hammer back and let it go.
Yeah. Sure.
Great. That's not just as bad. Maybe worse.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some email.
Let's do that.
Ready? Woke Bay.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I saw a picture and
Connor Bruin. He's not coming after you, though. It is from Connor.
I prejudged and then
You get all fucking triggered over there.
I just saw the picture and
he knew what was coming.
Yeah.
He says you stomped on a JPE that T had the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you for that.
Okay.
Which you're used to. So, Woke Bay. Dear Woke Bay. You hitting that? With love, Connor.
Dear Woke Bay.
You hitting that?
Oh,
Talking about
I got you.
Marina.
I don't think that jives.
Well, sure it does.
Well, technically, yeah, but I don't think that actually totally jives.
Why not? They have holes.
Yeah, I mean, could be, I guess, physically, but I don't think like romantically.
No. That's what Bone Job is asking.
Of course he is.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I think it's a legit question. It crossed my mind a time.
I'm going to go
or
with
two.
no.
Okay.
That'd be my guess.
But you're not speaking for the Woke Bay or Marina.
I'm not. I'm speaking with my PhD in common sense.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, but there's plenty of times you've hit that shit and you weren't dating, you weren't in love, you weren't whatever.
No.
Could that have been?
That's not. I wasn't talking about whether they were in love or they were dating.
Yeah.
I was just talking about their interests. I don't think align.
Before Marina was trans, she was a he that was gay. Mm-hmm. And so he's gay too.
That's correct.
So you got two gay guys with functioning parts, young people.
Correct.
Why would that not work in your world?
Because he's gay and he's attracted to men.
Yeah.
And she is trans and attracted to men that are attracted to women. So now technically,
whoa. She's attracted to men that are attracted to women?
Yeah. Well, okay, no, I guess technically gay, but I mean, I think that's the point of becoming a woman.
I think we're way out of our depths here.
I think so.
I think we're going to have
I'm going to go out on a limb and say no banging.
Okay, I'm with you for the record.
Okay. Well,
and I'm not even playing devil's advocate.
That's all.
Just don't know.
And
I know if I had a pretty good-looking chick staying at my house and it was my taste, I'd be hitting that shit for sure.
Possible.
Just saying. Yeah, you're only here for a few days. What do you say?
Say?
What do you say we bang this thing out real quick and see what happens?
We both need to clean the pipes out. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
It's healthy.
At least a dual rub off together, right? I'll jerk you, you jerk me. We'll make a night of it.
Possible. Who's to say?
Yeah, not us. Okay, I thought this was a great email, and I'm glad we got this also from the Bone Job from Connor.
All right.
Guys, I was glad you brought up the Chappelle special with Marina, and I found her answer to be enlightening. I was at the recording of the special. One thing many people don't understand is when a major special is recorded, the comic does the same act several times in a row at the same theater, wearing the same thing, then they piece together the best show. Yes, I think a lot of people are aware of that. But
Yep.
at the particular recording I was at, when Dave got to the part about his trans friend committing suicide, some asshole in the upper balcony yelled, "Good!" Dave stopped the show and berated the person for 10 minutes. The whole place was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. I tell you that to tell you this. That didn't make the special. However, it is recorded. Dave could release that and make huge gains with those that hate him, and he doesn't. Because Dave's stance is that we should all respect each other while being able to find humor, not to gain quick points from releasing videos. That is how the problem is solved. And sitting down with the woke Bay and Marina and having a rational, reasonable conversation is how this gap is reduced.
Oh, that's an excellent email. Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Because I remember when it was recorded, it was here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the first time I've heard that. Interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Maybe he just made it up.
If he did, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, right?
You know?
It might be even more impressive
Yeah.
if he had.
Actually, I hope he didn't just make that up. I if he was George Santos or whatever, maybe.
Yeah.
But
You also think bodies melt through floors, so take it for what it's worth.
so should we? This is to be relayed to Blowjob's email. What? On 1682. I think he meant Bone Job.
Okay.
But it's I'm not going to read that. It's about the RSS feed. Ugh.
Oh, all right.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm done with
Boring.
it. Oh, by the way, if you're having issues, which would be odd because you're listening to us right now, or you know someone that might be having issues, try uninstall or unsubscribing from the podcast and resubscribing to the podcast and see if that solves your RSS feed issues. Google, some others.
What he said.
I did not listen to read any of the nerd texts. That
Yeah,
were
the
going
nerd stuff. It's
that-
just.
oh my God. I looked down, I had 15 fucking texts, and I looked down, and they were all.
Travis and Aaron.
Yeah.
Just like out.
So-
I'm out. I just took a knee on it.
Yep.
I did. I Colin
The only thing I figured out on that whole thing was that Jesus' middle name was like Harvey or something. That was the only thing I
Jesus'
got.
middle name was?
Yeah, Jesus H. Christ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I thought it was Herb.
It's a dopey middle name.
For real? That came out of that? Like
Gross.
that text stream?
Yeah. We do a lot of weird things, E.
No, I understand that, but it just
The nerds know stuff.
They do.
I got one time I was up in Mackinac drunk as fuck or whatever, and there was this girl next to me that claimed she was like worked at a church. I forget what church. I don't remember anymore what her
How do
thing
you
was.
work at a church?
I don't, she claimed she was like a reverend or something. I don't remember exactly the situation, but all I did was spend about a half hour hammering her on what Jesus' middle name was, and she never gave me an answer.
H.
That,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
He said it was Harvey or something.
Harvey.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and check
You
the text.
really didn't know Jesus' middle name was Harvey?
No,
You knew that.
no,
Stop it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that until just now.
I can't believe
was
she
this
didn't
year's
know
old.
that.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? You're pulling my
I was
leg.
this year old when I found out. Right
Really?
when Troy said it.
Oh, that's in
Wow.
like Philippians 9:2, I think.
Yeah. I still think you're fucking with me.
No, I'm not that good of an
Yeah,
actor.
Jesus Harvey Christ. I think he's playing.
Where do you think that
I'm
H came
not.
from?
I didn't. That's why I was asking this girl for half an hour.
Harvey.
She clearly was lying to you. Anyone in the church would know that for
Okay.
sure.
I wish I could remember what her position was at the church, but
Yeah.
it was just me drunkenly for a half hour trying to get her to.
She
Probably
didn't-
missionary.
She was fucking with you. If she didn't tell you it was Harv,
Yeah,
she was
maybe.
fucking with you.
Probably.
That's hilarious. All right, on that note, we'll call it a day. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll do some exclusive member content at some point. Are you going to be around this weekend, T?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, maybe we will not. Maybe I'll do something with Isis. Maybe I'll do something alone. We'll see. But have a great weekend. Go Niners. I talked to Henson, by the way. He's going to be back next week. He was supposed to come in last Monday. I'm really bummed.
It was in, and then I got like the next day he's in Key West. Was
I
like,
knew
wow.
he was going to be in Key West, but they were leaving on Tuesday morning.
probably
that was
flying
for
out
the
of
radio
Detroit.
show he's doing with Michelle. So he's like, "Why don't I come in and hang with you and T on Monday afternoon?" And then we head to Key West on Tuesday.
This
I was
guy's
like,
a fucking
"Great."
flake, man.
Yeah, he is.
Holy shit.
A little bit of a flake, but they
It's
got
the
a
third
late
G.
start.
Fucks that all up.
Yeah, it is, dude.
I
there's
tried
a
to
reason
extend the
we don't
benefit of the
trust
doubt
the
of the
Gs.
exactly. I tried to extend the benefit of the doubt for the third G.
Yeah,
It just comes back to bite
Harvey
you.
Christ, we can't get anything fucking right.
Amen.
Anyway, he claims we'll pick it up next week. We'll see.
course.
We'll see. I've got my eye on him. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. Talk to you soon.